is fascinating. And you answered the question I was going to ask you about why should we all do this? And I'm not talking about professionally, because I know you've worked with teams and it's been revealing because you're working with someone that has a personality type. You know, like, why is there a conflict?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that is fascinating. And even to our significant other relationships, I know that I'm going to be doing this with our kids and my wife, just to better help understand exactly, where the framework is. So have you helped a lot of teams, and what's some of the feedback after doing a workshop? Like, wow, this completely changed everything for me. Has that happened?
Yeah. Working with teams is one of my favorite things to do. And one of the pieces of feedback is, this person doesn't annoy me so much anymore because I understand why they act this way or why they show up. I understand that this is what their motivation is, that this is what they're afraid of. And I think the Enneagram, it gives you the ability to understand other people. You understand why someone is the way that they is, why they see the world, how they do. And it just gives you the vantage point from someone else. And then if you're able to understand, you can lean into that empathy, this awareness for other people's feelings, putting ourselves in their shoes. How would I feel if I was a 2 and, if someone said this to me? And then if we can step into empathy, then we can be compassionate. And that's really the action that comes from empathy. And there's research to support that when we feel compassion for people, our brains actually secrete oxytocin, which is the bonding hormone. So we feel more connected to people, and we are more connected to them when we can have that compassion. And so I think that's what I end up seeing happen a lot within teams. It's that understanding, empathy, and then compassion for someone that maybe rubbed them the wrong way or kind of always annoyed them. And it's like, oh no, I see why they are that way. I see why they're afraid of this, why they're motivated. And it really does help kind of smooth those rough edges and give you perspective that you didn't have.
I think for our group that is listening to this, a lot of us are super type A personalities.
Yes.
Which is a double-edged sword, right? We're drivers, we can fix, and things don't shake us up. However, there's the other double-edged sword when we have to enter the normal part of life. So I can really see where this really can help and encourage us to have relationships with other types, which is important. That's what attracts people and easier to work with teams. Lee is an example here, is in the room, our producer who's doing this. We were partners for many years and we work together, but we're completely different people. But really appreciating that, I think, is fascinating. If you like this episode, check out the full podcast right here. If you want to see more videos, you need to check out right here. Remember, the most important person you're ever going to lead is you.